Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Bushi Podcast. On scrap varat ni jerk ni, we're gonna scratch where it's not itching. Where is it not itching? In your house. We're scratching there where there are things that people don't want to talk about. We're gonna cover everything from the stereotypes to the radio types to the TV types, DVD types. It doesn't matter. We are covering everything. And when I say we, I mean there's a group of us. I can't be alone. I'm not the only one that sees these things. I'm not the guy that's living in Recho Park alone. Or in Eldorado Park alone. We are all there. Man, doesn't matter what park it is, we are there. We are there. We are there. Today, in the first episode, ladies and gents, we are covering the misconceptions. Every negative connotation you've heard about the colored person. Whether it be the first and most brutal one, where they assume all of us are from Cape Town, to the part where they think all of us only drink Black Label. We're scratching. And when I say we, I mean me and my beautiful team. In no particular order, starting from my right, your left, we have
the one and only.
The one and only.
The Dion. Okay guys, my name is Dimpini Popo, the one and only yellow bone. For you guys that don't know me, Nadimpoon aka sexy, delicious, lekker goed of lekker mensen. Laat die zijn mayonaise maak leeg wat vol is, maak vol wat leeg is. Onkosia, mijn oeringi moetie. Ik kan kook, was goed, ik heb mijn trick, ik maak wasmachine recht. Alles wat je wel ik moet doen. Ik kan kala deze, ons was meer voor Christmas. Ons paint en goed zoals hij. Ons hier gewoon weg, January. Die kat is op je stoel. Hij is het echt doen van jou, dus zo. Yay! Not different. Yeah.
He was also mistaken for me and I get mistaken for him often, but now you guys can see. People.
It's a contrast. It's a contrast, like you can see.
Virgin active, Jumberias.
Wat is the zone?
Medical aid, Bernardo. I'm joking. We keep it moving. On my immediate left, your right, we have the one and only, your auntie's favorite, that guy that lived around the corner from my house. But now he has a delicious beer.
Slash massa. Meneer, slash die beste Bart en Boksboot, slash de rockstar with the Bokbar, slash.
Slash.
Jou auntie se gunsteling skoonsje. Guys, I go by the name of Meneer CEO, Mr. CEO, however you prefer, musician, comedian, lover sometimes, The list goes on, but yes, see. Most importantly, today, I am a Bushi.
Fantastic.
I'm proud Bushi.
Bushi just.
Happy to be here.
Yes.
Hope and pray that you will stay with us. And you can please slap.
That's it.
Mexican is Bushi.
It's Bushi. Yeah.
Right next to my man, Mr. C, we have the lovely Shanae Blackway. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Hallo Jalla, ik is nog steeds happy. So I'm Shanae Blackway. Guys, we are here to make the most of every situation. You guys know how passionate I am of debating these kind of conversations. And I just want to make sure dat geen kwaad raken zie. We gaan niet kwaad raken. Moet niet morgen of clash of mij zien. Want het is here for fun. So I want all of us to come together. Give us your input. Tell us how you guys feel about it. I'm just going to say I'm excited to be here with my colored people. And we're going to have so much fun. Love you guys.
Last but not least, not wearing our uncle's jacket today, but still looking fabulous, the one and only.
Hello.
Hello. No, you know. Hello, everybody. I'm grateful to be working with such amazing people. Yeah, guys, the story is in number for vandaag. And for every week we're gonna be going live. Hopefully, yes, you do stay tuned. You know, when you do follow us on this journey, because as we said, it's not just for us. It's for you. Verstaan jij dan? Yes. Thank you, Eric.
And if you didn't know, now you know. I'm Eric Jansen, comedian, the only one from Reichel Park. I don't know what Mr. C was talking about. Hey. I'm joking.
Correction, I'm not a comedian, I'm just a joke.
There we go. Okay, no, that's terrible. You are not The S fell out of Bushi, we were Boogie.
Die eindelijke decorations was met teruggeven, weggeven.
Dus die zei, als je roem die bij de... Hij eerste uitkoeken. Hij eerste uitkoeken in Zuid-Afrika.
Reintroducing myself, I'm Eric Jansen, comedian, actor, MC, and right now I'm leading the Bushi conglomerate. I'm here to direct us, keep us on track, keep us going, and I mean, guys, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Who do I throw it to? Who's gonna get this? Hey, okay, let's go. Kelly, what is the first misconception? What is the first thing that gets you very upset? You walk into a place, you see that you are the only colored person.
As soon as I open my mouth, it's not. Brothers can only get you so far, you understand? But where I get like looked at in a different ways because of the way I speak, you know, I'm aggressive, I'm masculine, you know, but I grew up with people who like...
Is een sterk man.
Ja, onze mannen sterk, verstaan je wat ik zeg? But now I carry my confidence in my voice, you understand? And my presence speaks for me, verstaan je? Now when I speak, you know, it's rougigheid wat I come back. It's not that deep, you understand? So, most like colors, we get looked down upon because people think we gangsters, people think we this, people think we... Yes, we do run the streets. What do you understand what I'm saying? We're just very strong people.
I wear glasses, not for sure. I'm the furthest thing from gangster, please. Okay. You walk into a place, you're the only colored person, that's the perception. Now, you walk into a place, you are one of many colored people. What is the misconception they give to you?
I don't really have misconceptions. Maybe again, think still first time.
Okay.
So that is my misconception.
Okay.
Being colored and walking in somewhere, it's not always like, how can I say, I don't want to sound like prideful of whatever. Yes. But you know, like I said, pretty privilege gets you
Far.
Not far, but you do get advantages, you know. So I feel like, yes, because of that, mostly, the mensen give me snacks, waarschijnlijk ik wil mij van op de serie girl op een kleven, but wait, let me open my mouth, you see, then everyone thinks I can fight. Yo, I'm also net so net bakkelei arguments, I'm also net rough, you understand, and I'm a sweet girl, I don't do nothing, no,
Okay.
but yeah, like, not us the gangsters, see, once us man, we just carry ourselves a different way.
Imbi, do you agree? Are you also part of the pretty privileged group?
I'm part of a cute privileged group. Meneer, so jullie dagen zien mij, bro. I'm part of the... When I walk into the club, even if it's 10,000 people, I have to go VIP and be secure and protected the way for delicate.
Mami.
Because by a day.
Mami.
Oh,
Mami.
en nog een keer.
Good. Johnson & Johnson.
Okay.
Soft and free.
What is your misconception? What is the thing you get 99% of the time? Aside from looking like me.
Yeah, aside from looking like you, I think once I step into a room, that's it's ja gewoon als die mensen zeggen, die dag als je er komt, ga je wat lachen.
Oh.
You see what
The club can be out dark, het kan hoe donker is. Maar als je wat man aanloopt, je zou zweren aan de album komt performen of iets te zijn. Mensen op hun knieën, mensen fijn die dat niet net maar graag.
Wow.
Die was aan de klaar aan het lopen en de route. Die was part van de mensen dat fijn dat die kan trouwens aan de mensen.
Ons worden dakskant als die op een helikopter ontvangen. Ik ken hem extra verstaan.
Maar personal experience,
Ja.
I think because I've been dimpy all my life. So, and in terms of to be more personal, I think because of skin color also. So,
Okay, yeah.
out as like means is out it like,
You're not sure.
yeah, they like, wow. I know the girls what they think is like, Ian Aunt when I'm man. Ladies, correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Arrested me.
But I'm used to always being looked either differently or in another way.
Okay, that's nice. I feel like we're running with a theme here, so I feel like I know the next person to throw it to perfectly because we went from a matter of the looks
Yes.
to what you sound like from the outset. So now I'm gonna throw it to Manir here next to me. Mr. C,
Yes, sir.
what is the immediate misconception? You walk into a room, everybody sees you.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you think they are thinking?
You talking about right now, or you talking about like
In
years ago?
general, as a Bushi, you walk into a place, who come fully on Khamak?
It's more like let me put it like this. Like I've kind of experienced the same thing that Kaylee's experienced, but I've also experienced the same thing that Dimpy's experienced.
Correct.
But you didn't make color anymore, bro.
No, I'm saying like prior to becoming a public figure,
Okay.
there was always this like I walk in a place, people are more confused than anything.
Yeah.
Because it's like what is this guy? What is this guy? And then it's like okay, cool. But I'm like for the longest, people used to think I'm white.
Yeah.
Right. But the moment I open my mouth, then it's
Out the window.
out the window.
It is no longer confused.
I know, okay, cool. So when I start becoming this public figure, I'm like, okay, you know what, okay, fine, everyone sees I am colored, but I'm gonna start fucking with people's minds.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the white card whenever I can.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So I decided to grow this beard,
Nice.
right? Nowadays, when I walk into a place, I don't get called Mlungu.
Yes.
I get called Mamu.
How?
My friend.
Yo.
My friend, from the corner shop.
Yeah, my friend.
No man.
No, and it's the same from Malia. I do apologize. I do apologize.
I shop van de gepakt after levens.
Die pet dat is
Hij laat shop vast leven.
En dat die pet toch een
But that was okay, but that's just personal.
Yeah.
Nacht.
When it comes to finally coming to grips with my Bushi identity, I've never really had real pet peeves or misconceptions, but the one that always got to me is this idea of I don't know if you should tackle it now, but like
We're getting into it, don't we?
Getting
Go
it.
for it.
Is een manier after all.
yeah,
Touching
the
them
one
up.
that always gets to me is this idea that we as colored people can't stand together.
Okay. There it is.
We as colored people can't stand together.
Yeah.
And part of me has seen it,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
But for the most part, deep down, I 110% disagree with it.
Okay.
Because if colored people didn't stand together, this Bushi podcast would be fucking non-existent.
I mean.
Klap ons handen.
We're gonna We're gonna hold that one. We're gonna hold the hand clap for now because we have to just get the last one before we go full biblical into the thing.
Yes, sir.
Shanae, please.
So everyone spoke from a public figure's point of view.
Yes.
I'm going to tackle a corporate baddie. That's what
There we
they
go.
call
There
me.
we go.
No.
Put some respect on my name. Respect my name.
Dat is ook nog bedway. Dat is een nice bedway.
Yes, guys, bedway. That's number boy. Hit me up. Bedway, blackway. Same one. So one of the biggest misconceptions for me in the corporate environment is definitely the fact that, when you walk into a room, you have to work extra harder because a lot of us, and I'm gonna say this, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, has to work harder because we all know Mondays, as je epson niet bagalas. Yeah. So when you come into an environment and you want to prove yourself, you need to get to a point where you need to gain trust.
Okay.
Because already there's the stereotype that colored people don't take their job serious, they
Okay.
steal from work,
Okay.
and all of those things are things that are really spoken about in the corporate environment.
Okay.
So the minute you walk in with my surname, with my skin color, I don't have the luxury of having glad hare, but I must say, it is a lot harder for you to be taken seriously as a colored, and I feel it in most cases. The same with looking for business. Like, let's say, as besides a brand, you have to work extra harder because you have to make sure that you are earlier than most people because you want to make sure that they see that you take this seriously. You need to understand that when you are trying to push yourself to a certain extent, you have to go 50% extra. And Donovan Mini, one of my close friends, actually said this the other day. It's so hard for a colored child to get somewhere in the environment that we are placed in because you are constantly having to prove to people that, you know, I am not like what you guys think. I'm not even going to say that's how colored people are because I've met amazing colored people that has amazing work ethic. So I feel like that is one of the biggest misconceptions and one of the hardest things for me to deal with still.
Okay. It's fine.
Powerful, man.
So we're getting we're getting there. We're getting there. If it's not a particular look, it's how you sound. If it's not how you sound, it's a combination of the two. It's the confusion. Then it's still the gender role, whether you are a male colored or a lady colored. Like there's so many different barriers to this thing. And the difficult part is, do you guys think from a roots perspective, as colored people, we know this problem? And on top of knowing the problem, we are trying to do something to fix the problem.
Too many of us are caught in trauma bonding cycles. So we don't know how to be there for ourselves, so we won't be able to cater for the people around us or for ourselves. So we won't be able to create stable relationships, connections, relationships where we grow. That's it, So let us to say, like, no one is putting in that effort, but if you put in the effort, you will attract those people who are like be same level minded as you, because it's not like colors are just must now lay on praten to mekaar, but that is like a toxic trait of us.
Yeah,
We have
to stand together. Okay.
Can we do that trauma bonding cycle? Is it does this stem from this feeling where misery loves company? We feel as though we don't like suffering alone, or we see someone suffering just as much as us, and now we just want to get together and we just want to wallow in the suffering instead of us finding solutions to get out of this trauma cycle. It's just a thought.
Okay.
But like,
I'm with you. That's the
That's
grand.
100% what it is, because it's easier to sit around and like talk the whole day instead of like taking appropriate steps to be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for myself because this is what I need to do. Those people don't align with me, so what steps am I gonna take to make sure that I'm strong enough for myself and strong enough to cut off all these people and be able to like go along.
You just buy a pink gown and talk shit the whole day.
They don't buy,
Hey, there we go.
But Bushi clothing, start designing a pink gown, please.
And guys, can I also just say something?
No, jump in.
Based on what you guys said, right?
Yes.
Ik zou nog niet Engels praten, maar ik wil heel mensen met kenning.
Speak Afrikaans.
I think what Kylie must see about the whole trauma kind of situation and everything and talents and to say, I think sometimes it also boils down to one's opgroei and you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like our backgrounds and good to
Yes,
say.
for sure.
Like earlier before the podcast we had a conversation where someone said, oh, was it no hier samen julle of ek ken julle dag samen met julle of net. Where someone said there's a stigma of waar hulle sê as jy maar het gemaak, as jy paar het gemaak, jy sal dit nooit maak en goed so. No, once you grow up in that kind of environment and good to say, it's like some soccer player, as you pass soccer spelers, you must be like bowling.
Is it goalkeeper? Is it goalkeeper?
Then after your mind sees But if you grow up, unfortunately, a lot of us are less privileged to grow up in such environments, in such places and families. support. That's what I'm looking for, you understand?
Yes.
So if let's say nou een this day and age, oh maar het gemaakt, je paar het gemaakt, jy gaan het ook niet maken nie. And I think the more as a colored person, the meer je opgroei in een environment en je ziet dat gebeuren. It's like people that smoke,
Yes.
like
What?
drugs, to be specific. Drugs. People that smoke. I'm not talking about you guys.
You guys.
Misconception. We don't smoke.
Yeah.
We put it in the nose. I'm joking. No, get
It's not like I'm-
That's how easy it is. That's how easy the misconception is.
That's
But
your
yeah.
shit starts.
Hear me out, guys. Hear me out, right?
Yeah.
So you don't get that support, you don't get that different view or different understanding, or I don't know how to say of something different compared to what you've been growing up with. It's like simple example, I'm not judging. I don't understand. I can't even understand. And I listen. You're all booty rock. You're obsessed. You're all booty rock. Whatever you rock.
Yeah.
Whatever you rock.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Dan doen jij dieselfde dan wat hij doet, maar je ziet het serieus in je huis. Dat is ik kan verstaan. En hij dat gebeuren is het is een fake, bra. Het is een fake. Je komt die hele kleine kinders rook, nou maar die man die hele aanzetten en hij laat om goed te vallen. Jij ziet aan die broer roken en die stil, nou kom jij na die en gaan doen dieselfde dan.
Ja.
Mama's people didn't you see do it.
Yes.
Or families or people that you know and stuff like that.
Nice.
Come let's go smoke.
Yeah, we there.
No, 110%.
For me, it's breaking the generational
Curse.
curse.
Okay.
One of the biggest things, and for me, I struggle with this a lot. I speak about it on my platforms a lot. Is the minute you try to do something different, then that, oh yeah, you be it. Oh yeah, it's judgmental. The minute, like, it's fine for everyone to sit around and drink the whole day. But the minute you start going to the gym, the minute you start changing your lifestyle, then it's like, are you mad? Wat gaan er bij jou aan? Hoe kom je? Ja.
There's no
Oh,
way.
you don't
You
get
know what?
better. You don't get better.
What? No, you don't get what?
So-
You don't get what?
So do you guys think that because that is I think that's what they label as grab in the bucket mentality.
Yes.
There's lots of grabs, all of them are trying to climb out. The minute one tries to get out of the bucket,
Yes.
right back in. It comes back to the thing that Mr. C said about no support. Do you think that the no support is rooted in the fact that we're not getting over the trauma? Or do we just not like seeing people that are in our position break out of the position and do more than what we can?
I feel like it's not knowing any better.
Not knowing
I'm
that.
not gonna
Dit
lie.
is net was een stigma daar.
Yes.
You think it's fine.
You are narrow
To do
minded
one,
to
two,
the
three,
point
yeah.
van wat gaan dinge sê as my kind nou nie die army gaan beklei nie. Ons het nou die wardens.
Oh, the wardens,
My
yes.
maat het my gevra hoekom jy nie gegaan nie.
Hoe meen jy?
Exactly. Let's take that.
No, let's take
Take the whole warden thing. Take the whole warden thing
Yeah.
into account. Here I am. I'm smoking tuck every day.
Yes.
Yeah, my brother Eric gets a job by the wardens.
I'm
no warden.
Hoe ga je dit werken en hoe ga je dat?
There's no warden, but hear me out. Instead of me getting clean and getting healthy and
Yes.
actually getting off my ass, getting off the shop's corners, stop asking people for 2 rands and going and apply to be a warden. Now I'm reminded of my gut situation here because my brother Eric
Okay.
is by the wardens.
Okay.
Yeah, that is waar,
Okay.
dat is
Okay. Here it is. You see me doing well, I'm a warden.
Yes.
Nah, you are there asking for 2 rand at the shops every day.
Yes.
Someone says to you, yeah, your brother's a warden, why you not following suit? What is your response?
My response, I fought the wardens. Hello, what am I
That's sharp.
As my drugs wegsteek as hy terugkom.
I'm here. It's my own insecurities.
That's outside of your house. We bring it into the house. You come home after you've smoked, your brother's at home, he's telling everybody how nice it was to be a warden on the first day, how lekker he feels there. He caught the O and he was doing his thing, wardening there. Then he says to you, I say, Mr. C, yeah, bruh, this must acquire span, man. Don't you think you can also, I mean, if I made a plan for you, if I got you clean and helped you with things, do you think you'd want to do it?
Jullie weer nog nooit die.
What? Okay. This is
The
yeah.
pride.
Okay.
The pride.
That's what I want to ask.
That's what I was
What's the thing stopping us from evolving? What's the thing stopping us from accepting the fact that people are there, like you said, getting a different perspective, growing, seeing other sides of life, and trying to bring you in to the better side of life? What is that thing?
I said, ons stel mense, ons hou van mooi goed, ons hou van lekker goed, ons hou van Nikes, Lacoste, you know. So that is what gives us our, okay, not us, because not entirely, I'm not saying collectively as Kokana people, but that is where we get our confidence from, the way on skit, the way on self-gedra, you know, all those things, our cars, everything. So if that, I feel like that is why also colors don't show each other enough support van, jij hebt het goed genoeg gedaan, is je niet deed. Ik waar niet wat is, je niet goed gedaan, is je niet deed. Because in our colored eyes, in Noorag golf en in Noorag werkt voor jou, for you to like be successful or for you to get a girlfriend.
En how dan?
Yes, you see. So it's all about the stereotypes and the perceptions we put on each other that limits ourselves, you know. So if we all just collectively agree that we're all gonna try and be ourselves, do our own thing, we can inspire people to do their own things also. And you know, they might fall into our category, and that's where like relationships are built, good connections are built, you know, change is built, you know, because we have good understanding of each other. We all have awareness, you know, because we are aware of what we want in life, you know. So it will be easier to build around those connections. But you see, if we're in the locatie, so it doesn't even have to be in the locatie. Also means support each other. That is fixed. That is now fixed.
Is that coming from a pride perspective? Is that coming from a don't want to see you do better perspective? Is that from a jealousy perspective?
That is a subconscious.
Subconscious.
Yes, because
we're
that's
not
how.
supposed to.
Yes, we always have expectations of others. So when the expectations is not as how we thought it was supposed to be, we're gonna feel a certain way, and therefore we're gonna bring forth judgment. Whether we think we are judging or not, do you understand? We might not be aware, because remember, if you don't have awareness, you won't be able to identify your friends or who you are, what your trauma, all that.
Self-awareness.
100%!
You are not aware.
You are not aware.
Be aware.
Aware, you must get aware. That's real. That's a big interest in like no bias.
Say, maak het jou voor.
Maak het jou voor. But yeah,
so let's pull it back. We're all from different ages, different backgrounds, different upbringings within colored communities. I'll start with myself. I'm from Regenpark, the bottom section of Regenpark.
Guys, there is a party.
Where?
Girl,
No, listen.
Guys, it's suburbs. Everyone.
Yes. You see?
Example.
Okay, so there we go. First example. This is the misconception that the people living closer to that side of Regenpark
is the
are
bougie one.
better, are bougie. We have the money. We're the ones that are phoning the police. We're the ones within a colored community. It's within the context of being colored. And that's just because they live on the opposite side. Why is there an opposite side? Why did we divide ourselves further when the division was already given to us?
My mother must come ask you, my because I don't even have a father, I don't know.
So, okay, now I can ask you, since I've never had the opportunity to ask anybody outside of my house, what is that misconception? What is the belief that our honor is better than taboo?
I can honestly say, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, is, you know, as someone that is a bit older, and coming from Girlview, which is one of the roughest parts of Regenpark.
Yes.
Growing up, there was not a lot of opportunities. Or there was not people that was pioneers, you know. Like, I don't know any businessman, a successful businessman. I don't know, like my cousins, generations after me, acquired degrees after me. Like, it was never a necessity. I just spoke back and you know, and one of the hardest things was you need to take these minimum wage jobs, and the only option is for you to mainly just air forces. So when people has the knowledge and people has the opportunity to get to the point, because we all know Regenpark size is or right? Yes. Compared to where we grew up, what's it by the toilets? I'm still but that is the honest truth.
Yes.
And now looking back at it, you know, when I go to where I come from, it's obviously a lot better now because my grandmother has evolved somehow. But I feel like growing up in a one-parent house, it's a lot harder. Like, I can ask you and Mr. C now, my and pastor, I can so much sing a bar, spars.
This. I've been holding on to this since COVID.
But I feel like
Okay, no,
these
okay.
parents struggling to also take responsibility of the kids, and single parents being forced to make the necessary things happen. So that is one of the biggest things for me. I'm not saying
Okay.
it's for everyone's household, but it's something that is very common in the Galview area.
Okay. So okay, from that perspective now, right? I'll bring it back. There already you can see there's already something where there was a division where there didn't need to be a division. We just needed understanding. Right. Grew up in Recha Park, went to a school outside of Recha Park.
Yay! Alle van die model C schools, both high voortrekken.
Then we come back to Recha Park and we have to play with our friends that are in the schools in Recha Park. And then there's more of a disconnect.
En jy praat Engels en
Jy
hulle
praat
praat
Engels, hulle praat Engels.
Jy vat
They say,
lunch, hulle vat-
pass the ball, bro.
Ja.
Wij krijgen
Wat
thuis,
gaan
wij krijgen thuis,
Wat gaan hy so aan? You know? So that's where things break apart. That's where there's a bigger misconception. So me and Dimpy are of similar age. Did you have a similar experience?
Yeah, the first time I came to Recha Park, I'm like, Julle almal lyk net soos broers en susters en familie
Een masterkind.
But I'm originally from Eldorado Park, but in Eldorado Park you also get that's what you say,
Yes.
Hillview.
So that's the argument between Klipspreek and Eldorado Park.
Yes, I just willing to say that because I was first in Kliptown. What if that's a buy a club person?
Here we go. Jy moet baie klip.
Yeah. I was in Kliptown before I went to Klipspreek and ek dink because of that river, that's where our division starts. There's a river there waar elke tweede maand de kaf afgaan en zoiets. God bless that mensen, het hoeft nog om mij ook krijgen. Elke tweede maand rijdt iemand na en die vleien en goed en dat is niet nice. Nee, so I think that's where the division also goes between people saying, Klipspreek is die part van JLOC, samen Klipspreek is net, even vandaag nog zo wij story.
Still like that.
Yeah, so once you cross that river and you're overseas,
Oh, okay.
whether you like it or not, als je die kant is een mala, als je die kant is een beetje cola.
Passport is gestemd.
Jouw paspoort is gestempeld. Maar I just think is no, dat is bij een op een kleur, daar hebben onze kanten oer.
Wat krijg je op te zeggen van Recha Park?
No, I'm not saying you're not right. I said I know you look the same.
That's a rubber niet. That's a rubber.
Niks.
Dat is een dam.
That's for it.
Recha Park. Wat is Klein parks. I think it all just boils down to us all, especially as colored. Ons allemaal as een mens, ons allemaal leven samen.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. Nah, that's nice.
As you said
Go
about
for it.
the colors on top and the colors at the bottom,
Yes.
I'm gonna go back to that trauma.
Bring it in.
As jy, sê dat jou mal en
Ik
weet
just
je.
hier bij jou. Op die just nooit gehoord. Ik blijf
Suzai, die best Suzai.
ik denk niet droom, maar dan krijg ik trap.
At the time of this recording, Kaylee was 12 years old. So carry on. I have no idea how old she is.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so as I think, I think ik weet ook trauma from our parents, their parents is. Sy het jou maat nou weer gekry, hy sê die pisse maar hoe maak ons nou julle. Wie is jy in 'n beter skool gesit, wat jy voel sy, why doesn't she get that advantage? Why didn't she? Why you? Not that I'm proud of you for getting there. Okay, some do support it, some saying it's a stereotype, you know, not everyone is the same. But yeah, so as jy van haar onderaf, as jy fail, as jy van haar bo af is, as jy soos die, but onthou hoe goed wat onze mans en hulle ook vir ons geleer het, dit stil hoort as. Hoekom loop ons keer onze mans? Hoekom dink ons skool is belangrik van dis hoe hulle uit die lewe uitgekom het, through school, they took their education seriously, you know. So if you don't stand up to that standards that like people put you on, or if you are above the standards people set on themselves, hulle gaan nie goed voel oor dit, because why not them, why you?
Yes. Oh.
You know, it's crazy when you can hear those behind the camera going, I'm feeling. No, but she's not lying. She's not lying. These things are it all comes down to culture-driven traditions and traditions that can't be explained. Because you live in a house, it's your mother and your father, or just your mother, or just your father, and sometimes it's your grandmother and your grandfather, or just grandmother, or just grandfather.
2 fathers.
Yeah, or 2 fathers, or I mean, hey man, it's 2024, it's like that now. So they have things that they were doing because they were taught that way. Because that's where the tradition could have started. Right? That's where the tradition started. I'm trying to run past it. I'm trying to run past it.
That's for DJ's Bruno. I show you. That is like friends like these. Man. Except for DJ's Bruno. I show you. Friends like this. Like, I don't know friends like this.
You see,
What do I like? You got to ice cream.
Because overal shake.
Yes, pana. It's an abu of the extra all around.
the divide is crazy. She had tried to run past it because I saw what was going to happen. But we need this. So we take it back. Our grandparents, their parents, great-grandparents, they started the thing.
Yeah.
And they died, and the thing carried on. And then it gets passed to your grandparents, it gets passed to your parents, it gets passed to you. Then you as a person who is able-bodied, you are seeing the world, you understand the thing, you question, why is it done that way?
Yeah.
What is it always met with? And this is a Bushi experience across the board. I'll count to 3, and everybody's going to say the exact same thing. When you ask questions about traditions, what is the answer? 1, 2, 3.
Mama's do not get so.
Ones do not swear,
Yeah.
go you back.
In front of
They
you.
always tell you are asking questions that don't need to be.
My mom, they don't need that.
And this is why we are here. We are here to crack their heads. But now this is the other thing. Yeah, this is the thing. We are sitting here and we know that we can have open conversations with our parents.
Yes.
And they've gotten past the point of, you can't ask me these questions. You're not allowed to ask me these questions.
Those that begins.
And if they don't know the answer, some of them are able to say, hey, my child, sorry, I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Why is that thing preventing our colored people from telling their children, I don't have the answer for you, let me find out?
Because we have limiting beliefs. Okay, for example, I might have a truth, ne? I might have a truth.
Right.
So I grew out of this trauma cycle because I noticed my mother was putting that on me because that's what she got from her father.
Okay.
Okay, I bring it up to my mother. She's not ready to process that trauma, so she won't be able to communicate with me effectively and
Okay.
grow with me because she's still stuck in her cycle. So how am I gonna be there for myself and be like, this is what I'm gonna do to take the necessary steps to get out of it? Or do I just like carry on with the cycle? Who can I say? It doesn't always need to be a cycle, it can be a behavior. Okay, that is a cycle, like a behavior, but like something that gets repeated, But that can be healed through you. If you're strong enough to do it alone too, because you won't always
There's
get
no support structure.
Yes,
Okay.
there's no
Go ahead.
support.
Now can I ask
See,
this?
go ahead.
Coming to your
Yes.
trauma,
Yes.
right? As well as speaking to cultural or what is the
Tradition,
word?
tradition.
Tradition.
How we are doing
So
things.
we take trauma, we take tradition, right? We combine it. We have this one concept that's very
Tradition.
nice. Competition. That's what we'll call it. That's what we'll call it. Black text. Black
Okay,
text.
yes. Yeah.
Black text.
Let's go.
Like what? Like you tell me your
So-
idea on that.
I'll start with that.
Go for it.
So the idea of black tax to me doesn't make sense in the following way. I worked to break out of the thing that was holding me back, and I managed to make a way so that I could eat.
Yeah.
All of this is with me. And if I know that my family is not able to do what I am doing to bring home what I am bringing home, I will make provision to help them out. Someone is giving to me, I can give to them. But, big but, where I know they are able to do what I'm doing, but they are lazy and I still have to provide,
Yeah.
why is it a thing?
For me, entitlement, guys, I
That's
feel
the
like
one.
that is one of the biggest
That's
things
the
for
one.
me. Like, I owe no one nothing.
Amen.
I always tell my mother, I'm very sorry to say, ma, ik weet maar gaan kijken. Maar ik heb het gevraagd.
Naast de bio.
Yeah, amen.
Okay?
Number one. Number two,
That's me.
you need to be very specific. I know that setting boundaries, especially someone that started dating at such a young age,
Okay.
got married, and moved into our own place at 21. You need to set these boundaries because you know, with the economy that we are staying in, it's very scary, but at the same time,
You got married at a young age, so you married. What the hell are you? So it's basically she got married at a young age. So if you 12 came in and she got married when she was 40. Congrats.
No, but that is
Okay.
the truth. Like, I feel one of the biggest things that I always encourage young people to do, especially when you start in your work environment or you start your career, focus on building yourself first. Because it's very easy to get lost in ek moet skuld gaan maak om my familie te help. By the age of 40, you are forced to now stay at home because you don't have the credit background to get yourself out of the situation. You then have to also then shy away from certain relationships, but either following your dream romantic relationships because we gaan met my help as ek hier is. I feel like most parents can deal on their own, but we are allowing them, the family members that are not pulling their weight, to keep us behind. And that is one of the biggest things I always tell people. It is not an easy road to be a generational curse breaker, but it's definitely worth it at the end of the day. Like, the drakla, and it's bad for elkaar.
If this is episode 1.
I'm gonna pass the
Come on with it.
Pasta.
Come on with it.
Ik denk aan die pasta.
Ik praat strictly Arabic. Stel me kan verstaan als ik Arabic praat.
Don't get yourself cancelled.
But just to throw a few words na wat weet hoe gesê het daar so. I think that's some of the challenges wat ons mense saam face, né? And when it sounds harsh or not, soos jy gesê het jy ou niemand laat sê. When it comes to parents or family or whatever, I believe that in lewe ons almal kry each and every day 24 hours.
Yes.
Jy meen my ouma hulle was so jong soos jy gewas.
Also 18 for 4.
Nou jy Kylie even low. Jy kan ook Kylie even low gewees het. Dit is nou tyd om te shine nou girl. En goed te sê, nou ga jy give to for example, I'm not saying don't go give them anything en koop 20 sigarettes. Want dit gebeur in Italië.
Hey bro.
Jy moet 20 koop en wat is daar aan nog 2 gram as
Hey,
soos hy.
my grandpa's en 'n dampie.
Of je moet vrouw pijn geven.
En net wat happens sometimes, as jy gesê het, jy gaan weer toe en dan maak jy alles skuld te by die huis en jy pa alles skuld te by die huis, maar jy kom en dan kom betaal dan dit allow dit jou proses om vorentoe te gaan. Dit slow it down. En I think guys dat meeste kalle mense ons nou geface saam met die soos hy. En dan gaan vat jy nog 'n polo van finance.
Net wat moeite like.
Saam met die ouens te ry en goed te 50 rand choose vir dit mors petrol.
Die snede springs, die sit groot ring, die staan 'n portal, nou staan die kar, nou kan niemand jou help.
Nou kan nie ons gaan dit deurkom.
Wanneer gaan ons weer warm bad toe? Bra, joh.
Nou moet dan nie nou die laaste pension uitdalen vir jou nou ja.
Gaan jy gaan doen nie maar dat dood of wat is dit?
Wow!
It's like that. Oma doet maar. But I think two things, three. That's what I like about what you say, generational curse and stuff like that. That's why I just wanted to find out and clarify: is it compulsory? Are you obligated?
Amen.
To
That
go
was
That's
forward?
the word.
That's
That's the word.
Boundaries.
Okay. So let me formulate it quickly. You are doing well, you do what you're supposed to do. They come to you with black tax. If it is within your boundary scope, you go, okay, I make this much money a month, I can give you guys that much.
You're my mommy, you're my baby.
You're my mother, you're my father, you're my brothers. I see you guys are also trying to make a way in the world.
Yes.
Here's a little bit of a boost.
Definitely.
But you not family get so many.
On the day that you
It's not
can't.
an obligation.
It's not an obligation, it's free will. Then we come to Mr. C where he says, on those days where you can't, it
On
was
the
a
day
tough
that you
month,
can't.
there was an accident that you had, you needed to cover medical bills, something happened that
Yeah,
required
you need to pay for
black
an
tax.
abortion here and there. But
Hey,
yeah.
boo!
Mr.
Steve. Mr. C is living a different life. That that day comes where you have to now fork out money for a different situation where the black tax has to go. You know it's that extra 2,000, 3,000.
Yeah, you moet daar die ouders gooien.
There where the person that was receiving is now not going to receive. And they react in a way that is not what you expect. You expect them to go, okay, I understand, so yes. But they go, my bro, hoe kan je zo maken? Je weet dat gaan kaap toe die naam. Wat gaan?
Ik ga zoeken met paano van die kaper nog. Is die nou niet bij je, maar kap transheven.
Now, do we chalk that up to entitlement, or do we chalk that up to having become familiar with a standing structure?
Still
Still entitlement.
yes.
Hulle het agter jou gekyk, so kyk agter hulle.
If you're aware enough and you understand that your child has their own life too, just like she said, just like Shanae said, I didn't ask to be here. You need to understand that I appreciate everything that you've ever done for me. But I also have a life now that I need to support.
Okay.
Like, and no matter how much I would want to be there for you, understand?
That's my
If me doing this is not enough for you, I don't know how else I can be there for you. Because my boundary is this is what I can do for now. And if I can't satisfy you, I really will still feel bad, but I'll still choose myself and be like, I also have a life.
Okay.
Can I then say,
Wait.
on top of that, let's be honest.
Yes. We are corrupt.
Shanae broke the cycle of, okay, not Shanae, let's say, the person that's breaking the cycle had a child later in their life. You have cousins, sisters, brothers at home that did not do the same.
Okay.
Your salary now has to be contributed. You are fighting against having children at an early age because you want to
See what it has done.
No, so no, you can't take the kids, you can't take them young, you can't see what I said.
En hulle luister op wanneer sy sê.
So I'm just saying, where is the fairness in this? Like, I love the fact that we can give back to our parents, and I wholeheartedly believe in that. But my problem comes in when you are trying to break the curse. Where do you draw the line with being an enabler and then being a supportive child?
Okay, so that brings us to the next point. Now we need to figure out the strategy for the change. We see things happening.
Yes.
And sometimes we keep quiet, not because we want to keep quiet, but because it's not our place to speak.
Yes.
We are the last born sibling and no one listens to what we are saying. Or it's just
You're
not the
young,
right. It's
you don't know.
You're young, you don't know, you're
You
inexperienced.
there, you don't know.
Sitting at the table like this now, what are the
The
strategies
best solution,
we
the best
can
solution
come
would
with?
be, the best solution would be, and you said it in the beginning, it's our philosophy that the Bushi Podcast is built on, which would corrupt body.
Just
Yes.
so you can awaken people to think.
En dan tellen we al die oude mensen. Die jaren. Je steekt je ma en je pa allemaal zijn ID's weg van hulle gaan weer vote voor ANC.
Afschrijven.
Ja, ID's
Ja, ik
weg.
heb gehoord, excuse me, maar,
I just heard,
Oh,
hey,
mensen vote voor die ANC.
I just heard steek you man, you man. I was like,
Whoa!
I love those people. I love those people. You can't do that. Okay, so there we have the problem. The problem is, let's just tackle black tax for this very moment.
Yeah.
What is the strategy? Not to destroy black tax, but to fix it in a way that is going to be healthy, not only for you, but for whoever is on the receiving end of black tax. Shanae?
Coming from a financial standpoint, I would definitely say be very transparent with your parents about how much you earn, how much you do, what are your responsibilities. Number one, the reason, I'm not saying everyone must do this, but I feel like this is going to be, especially when you are staying with your parents, you need to explain, somehow people have the misconception when you work at the specific places like, yo, you pay money. I'm like, I'm still waiting for that, you know?
Okay.
But it's very important for you to communicate, be transparent, and do not allow the pressures of family members. Unfortunately, we hate a lot. Eer your mother and your father. That sê nie in die Bible, give your mother and your father.
Twee dingen een man.
Yeah, come on.
You know, so I
Yeah,
definitely
not
believe
my
that it's very important to honor your parents, but with honoring them, you need to be honest. You need to tell them the truth. You need to tell them because so many people overcompensate because they don't want to disappoint their parents. They do things that they can't even afford, and that is one of the biggest things for me honest, as hard as it is, some parents might not accept it because I'm going to vraag, maar als je weer te koop if you drank meneer. Ons allemaal weer
Okay.
Jou ballen wacht voor die drank, is net
Yes.
Ja,
Okay.
ons allemaal fouten leven, but you need to be honest about where you want to spread your salary. If you don't want to be honest about how much you get earn, je moet je budget verduidelijken.
Okay.
En hulle maak klaar plannen met jou geld.
Ja.
Van die 19 af en toe klaar plan gaan maken. Je gaat KitKat doen, dan gaan we boxers doen.
Ja.
Die TV brandt zomaar die 22. Die TV brandt die 22. Die 25 per je met die flex.
Dat is very waar, toch?
Okay, Mr. C, as the leader in our youth field, you're exposed to a lot of young minds and young voices. What is your solution to,
It's like
or your strategy towards a solution?
coming to what Shania said, it's about boundary setting.
Boundary setting.
Boundary setting as well as that transparency.
Okay.
If you are able to say, okay, cool, this is what I am, this is what I can contribute, anything more
Above and beyond.
is asking for a miracle.
Okay.
It's asking for a miracle. And coming back to that, in situations where you cannot, it's like, am I going to be demonized?
Okay.
You need to foresee those circumstances, and it needs to be addressed before it happens.
Yes.
Because when it does happen, then it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly is what it is. But you could have made it easier had you foreseen, had you communicated way ahead of time, had you set those boundaries, had you been transparent from the get-go.
Okay.
So coming to that, it's literally a matter of, contain your situation.
Okay.
Contain your
Have it under
situation as
control,
much as you
right.
can.
Okay. Okay. Dimpi?
I don't go personally, sorry guys that I'm now speaking Afrikaans. I know you guys
Wait, bro.
used to me speaking Afrikaans. I can like English. And
Yes.
It's one of my strongest points. Being English.
Yes, guys.
So before I go being English, I think also, like I said earlier in chat, I said communication is key, bro.
Communication.
Yeah, we all know communication is key en goed te zijn. En het kind had een paar oren, zoals ze gezegd net hoor, klaarplannen gemaakt voor je nog kan even gepaid en goed te zijn. But I think if you let your parents know, en ik voel ook op één kant, ik beklein me alleen niet, but I don't think even die nog klaar weet hoeveel pay je. Je wil eens niet komen naar hem terug in de schoenen en goed, passen bij je.
As it niet passes, sorry. Jesus love can change it.
Yeah, but I think that the moral of the story is that I just try to, by all means, especially as young people, is also in the spotlight, or that wants to be in the spotlight. I'm talking specifically about influencers, musicians, etc. and stuff like actors, even if you're an accountant and stuff. I think the overall thing is just to try to look after your parents as much as you can.
Yes.
And you yourself cripple and photos design. I mean, like, you saw guys, Kylie had a father's checker and stuff like that.
Hey,
It's a
boy,
generation.
Generational thing.
Wat wil je ook met ons zorg kennen?
Auw.
Hey,
Ik hoor met jou. Nee.
Okay, Ellie, your strategy? What is your
Explain the
strategy?
question again.
So, in terms of all of these things that we've spoken about, what is your strategy to bring about change?
What the black ticks.
With black text, with everything that isn't spoken about in the
Oh, I
house,
can say.
with tradition, with the fact that you have with all of that.
I just think the only thing you can do is try and work on yourself, like try and understand yourself. Because no matter how you portray yourself, no matter how much you communicate to certain people, they still won't understand you. That's why it's important to understand yourself. And also, like Shana said, boundaries. So when you know you are over-explaining or overdoing, like in this department, you can like distance yourself from that person, So the people say, just because she needs to have ease to be like, okay, I can pay 5,000 for my 3,000, so right, like from the sake of gesond, verstaan. No, like I'm still being there for you. I'm telling you, I'm being there in the way that I can. You should really like try and appreciate it, because the way you showing up for me, I really do appreciate it. You are my parent, you are my guardian, you are my dust, you are my
You are my guardian. You are my parent, you are my guardian. No extras, you have to check them.
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
You are in over and volgende maand.
Ja.
Ik check ook om te zeggen, ik verkeer je ook geen.
I Do you understand what I'm saying? So you will be able to know where and how to cater for the people around you. So even if they feel like you're still not doing enough or you're still not like reaching the expectations, yes, that might affect you if it's like a family dynamic met jou malen. Je gaat voelen, je is niet goed genoeg, je doet niet genoeg voor malen, you understand? But that's why you need to be strong when you're alone, you understand? To be like, okay, mommy, oh, je moet verstaan, ik try, but ik het rera ook al leven, verstaan je? Ik het rera ook al leven. So I'm just gonna say, always work on yourself because that will make it easier to understand the people around you and how they think. Because even if you do still tell them all this, all that, some people are not at the level of like consciousness to really understand where you're coming from. Because yes, they might like do anything for you, or they might have done something they wouldn't have thought they would have done for you, and like they subconsciously holding that there, you know, and maybe you are too, so that's why you keep on giving and not putting in those boundaries, right? But you need to be strong enough to be like, okay, ek doen genoeg, verstaan je, like, yo, ek doen genoeg.
Okay.
Kijk, is powerful.
Nee.
Dynamite.
Dat is dingen wat mijn pa zei wat ik like, nee, sorry guys.
Goeie.
Ja, dan zeg je hier, dan gaat ons die één pak.
Een ma en een pa, wat is nog voor bleekje in je hart en ik ken hoe kom je te zeggen, ja, een zwart hond is bleekje, ja, een bruin hond is boer aan je hart. Maar guys, in de allemaal de honden niet hard. De roepen een reachback, zij zijn maar heel lang. Mijn pa had gezegd, die dag wat jij niet gevonden dat wil je doen en dat wil je als een leven. Als die dag, mijn kind, dat je begint nog goed te doen wat ik nooit voor jou kan doen. Ja, zie je. En die man heeft gezegd, en ik kan je amper vloeken, jelle, mijn woorden een slok. En die man bleef erom voor. Doen goed wat onze kant heel goed doen. Ja, en ik denk als je nog gaat oormoen als het goed is. Zo Tanya, als je luistert, doen goed dat je kan goed doen wat je nooit voor hem kan gaan doen.
But sometimes our parents also put like,
geef hem kans.
yeah, sometimes our parents also put black text on us to just responsibility most now.
Okay, so yeah, that's the other thing. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. In an instance where you pay your black tax without question, without boundary, without saying anything, and you see your black tax being used for things that you would not use it for yourself, do you then raise your concern, or do you trust that your money is going
As someone that says under your parents' roof,
Trust the process.
you need to know what I love. I think why communication and a thing, that's what I'm saying, everyone's situation is different, guys.
Yes.
Do not come for people on the podcast because
Of course,
everyone's
yes.
wrong. I was raised by a single mother.
Okay.
And my mother always was very open when I was staying with her about what we need to do. If petrol was cheap, I did so I altijd checkers for the
Okay.
Jullie komen die lalai dan sê die vrou is nou tyd om nou groot te
More.
Gaan koel.
More.
En dan kom je vegetables oor, kan nie eens kan jy dan klik.
En Boksburg dorp is net een strand.
Wat is dit?
Dat is niet daar niet veel.
One street, everything is next to each other.
Ja, dis ek nooit 'n bok gesien nie, bok.
Where no? Yeah, there's no elders.
But I genuinely believe that if you still stay with your parents, a portion of your, I'm not saying everyone should do this,
Right.
but this is one of the things that made it so easy for me to go into the adult life of paying a bond, of being able to pay debt and all of that, and working with your money to say this portion goes for groceries. So a lot of financial learning from my own mother. So I definitely feel like if you are still staying with your parents, it is an obligation unless you communicate otherwise.
Okay.
And it's really just to make it easier for them. Finance, want om die kos is duur, man.
Soek nie 'n pak krapsie.
Mr. Z,
Nee, dankie.
what do you have to say about that?
In terms of the... What was I gonna...
General consensus. How you feel about the trusting the process of where your money
Was
is
it
going?
the trusting the process thing? Let's say, for instance, you find yourself in this household where you're doing things because it's done.
Okay.
You're not communicating. You're not setting these boundaries.
Your
Then-
parents say every month you must pay
Yes.
5K.
Then all I can say is that 5K that I gave this month, right? Whether you're buying groceries, whether you're buying alcohol, whether you're buying whatever, it's the same 5K I'm going to give next. The same 5K I'm going to give next.
Yeah.
I didn't set any boundaries. I didn't say, hey, go spend on this and that and that. So then, it shouldn't concern me.
Okay.
Thank you. Daar is het ook aan gedaan.
Yes, in a way, it's kind of like it's my money, but it's not my business.
Like when you
No,
try.
ja, is kom aan die water, van die bread en dit is.
In that instance, then we have
to sit down and have that
then we start clapping with us.
Die praat niet met een pak.
Nee, sorry guys. I think it's also what I'm fully agreeing with Steve said. And it's like giving someone the robot's money. Nee, and except for you say much is on
Buy bread.
No, I gave it out of my heart. Whatever you do with it is your business. Niet gezegd gaan brood kopen. Even na breed je zegt luchter en zeggen, oh my god, daar zit die en goed dus zei, nieuwe stoel van ze die hotplate dan gegeven en alle zei goed dat we een nieuwe. Nou kom je terug naar die geld gegeven en zit die daar gedoen met dus zijn. Dus you gave that money with intention. I don't think I'm giving it out of my heart.
Yeah.
Als ik wat jij doet met geld.
With thought and consideration and not.
And then you know, I'm so generous. Als ik geld klaar in je bij me en zeg, oh my god, ik heb die want ik hou weer hier.
Oh. No, als je niet hebt,
Die derde maand, ik ga een plan maken.
I was just gonna
Boer
say.
maakt een plan. Ik hou weer, ik hou 3, 4 maand, 5 maand geleden. En dan, als je eventually doen, naar de 5e maand, wat je moet gaan doen met geld. 5 maanden ga je doen, ik zeg, ik moet geld.
Yeah, I was okay.
advance.
Yeah. Yes. Just like that.
In advance. But parents, we need to look after them.
No, for sure.
No other way.
For sure.
Ik wil net, if your money lenen, mijn ma. Mijn ma zei, eind alsjeblieft terug je pensioenkaart alsjeblieft. Hij staat zijn kaart en goed. Je terug en die laatste, juist, amper roep ik mijn naam. Dus die money lenen, dat is een oordeel. Money lenen moeten stoppen.
Dat we nog uitslapen dat is.
Nee, en er is niet dat jullie is.
Dat is ook op zich nog niet in.
You guys can see there's a lot that we have to cover. There's a hell of a lot that we have to cover. But before we finish, I want to cover two more things. Firstly, let's hear, is there anything that we missed from behind the camera? Just shout it out. Anything for episode 1?
Our ghost?
Are you happy? We got it. Okay, sharp, quiet. So, second thing, I'm going to throw out stereotypes. I'm just going to do, let's say, 3. You can say whether the stereotype is true, false, or it depends.
Yeah.
And you don't have to agree. You can all have different opinions. I'll come to you and we'll figure it out. Okay?
Yes, sir.
First stereotype. All colored people are dangerous.
Disagree.
That's obviously a no.
Disagree.
We disagree.
I agree.
Okay?
It depends who you ask.
It depends. Okay.
I'm
You guys agree? Okay, no, go. Let's hear the disagreements.
I disagree. That's where the whole scenario and stereotype, as you said, came in from years back in Goede. Omdat één mens, zoals een box tomaties. Één groot tappel, nou zoals automatisch, nou zoals allemaal groot. And sometimes it's not even the case.
Okay.
Dat is bij een goede mensen.
Okay. Kelly?
Yeah, 100%. I'm agreeing with Dimpy also.
Okay.
Dangerous, I don't mean dangerous. What do you mean by dangerous? Like, tagish.
The conception is colored girl walks in the room.
Yeah,
so
like-
put your phone away.
It's not
Aye.
also that. Also, it's vice. You understand?
Nice.
So, vice is either aware, street aware, book aware, aware of surroundings of people. Because we grow up in environments where we need to be aware. Do you understand? Sometimes our awareness might not come, but when we're out in other places, it will kick in. Do you understand?
Yes.
Like, we might. Okay, anyway, that's not what topic.
Nice times.
But yeah,
Quite.
exactly. Yeah.
Your agreement? Let's hear it.
My agreement. I'll make a classic example.
Well,
Here's Eric, safest looking colored guy.
Do this, do that. And they're only,
No,
like,
glasses, speaks English. He's not, he doesn't speak nice. He's
Speak
well
English.
spoken. He's well spoken.
Yes.
But if this man must duff me, it's popping over. And now you tell me it's not dangerous.
dangerous.
No, but coming to
Yes.
Dimpy's
thing. Yes.
coming to
Dimpy's point, yes. The
Dimpy's
point.
analogy with the one floor tomato.
Yes.
The thing with that is, this is how colors are portrayed in the media because of that
One.
Yeah, I throw tomato.
the floor tomato. I say
Running
yes,
tomato
yeah,
gets too much
yes,
past,
yes.
what do you call it?
Publicity
Yeah.
and
That's the word, yes.
Yeah,
Too
I
much
say we as
screen time.
humans, we all to an extent, are capable of violence.
Okay.
To an extent.
Yeah,
But the reason why a lot of colored people are inherently violent is because of the traumas we experience, because of the locations we found ourselves in, because of certain policies that were implemented in South Africa.
Okay.
We'll get to it a later episode. But we've all been placed here.
Okay.
We've all we essentially rats in a colony,
Closed. Yeah.
and we just eating each other.
Okay. It depends.
There's a huge part of colored areas where we come from, where the first thing we respond with is violence.
Okay.
Anti-Bakalistra,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So what the child sees is that is the behavior that's accepted. Like if I'm not gonna do that, it's wrong.
Okay.
But I also have met a lot of colored people that does not have the same upbringing. So I believe that your experiences in life will build your character.
Okay.
So baie kinders was geleer om te swem, ons was geleer om te slaan.
Hey.
But that I net was sorry, Kelly, I'm not. Like, you get the difference. You know trauma. A lot of people are not judging anyone. It can drama.
Yes.
It can drama. You can trauma.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it boils down to what you said. Wij opgegroeid
Yes.
en goed tussen zij. So
Okay.
I think
Second misconception, or not misconception, second stereotype is the between colored people. If your complexion doesn't match my complexion, I'm gonna treat you differently, and you are not colored.
Colorism.
yeah, Messi.
Agree, disagree, depends.
I agree to disagree because the moment you mond moet gaan, ik kan voor sommige nog niet man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mensen kijken naar de agro-shop. Oh, je hebt het gebrand.
Yeah.
Je hebt het
Okay.
je hebt comedie is het.
Okay.
Ook dat ik wacht.
Nee, sorry.
Oh, je zo wat college gehaald. Je
Hey.
bent
Hey.
onderaf.
Hey.
What do you know about life? Well, what
Hey.
dat
Maar dat zijn ook niet gevaarlijk.
Huh?
I can heavily disagree on that because aside from the fact we're like one of the most diverse group of people.
Yes.
Because we look so different. I'd say colorism is more seen as a joke per se,
Yes.
or as maybe a preference of attraction. Like, oh, I miss his light skin. Or that dynamic. It's more just
Yeah, preference.
a preference.
Preference thing, okay.
For me, it's this heat tone.
I niet zeggen waar blij is.
Now, this heat tone.
I love down the road guys and for me. Sorry. I just thought you were gonna start it like that.
So everyone that has met my husband would know the struggles. Like I am more African than my husband is.
Okay.
Now I'm one of the lightest people in my family.
Okay.
Most of my family members looks like my husband. So I can tell you now, even my sister looks the complete opposite of me.
Okay.
So I can definitely say people treat you differently.
Okay.
But also we have a certain way of speaking. Ons, ek dink jullie dink as van die ghetto kante van lewe. And then you get people that I feel like like Mr. C says, it's a preference.
Okay.
Some people might like us for who we are, and some people would be like, oh, say a mistake, get her out of here.
Okay.
You know, ek dink jy baie reg gekry met gigs ne. As jy sekere mense saamvat en sê hulle, we don't want this color, bring the next one.
Not really, but
But you're right about it. You're right about it. The way we look. Some might be dark skin.
Yeah.
Okay, hulle het nie mooi klere nie. Hier kom hulle nou aan met die, but they might be the most respectful of people, you know, but you still won't see that because you see them for experience.
Exactly.
Last one. We might not support each other, but we will have each other's backs when a bottle is thrown.
Yo.
Agree?
Colors
Disagree?
like buckle, colors like drama. That is one
Fight or
thing.
flight, guys. Fight or flight.
And that's what I was supposed to be, you know, but I feel like that's also why I'm going to
Yes.
come in and talk about the trauma. Most of
Yes.
them. Our nervous systems,
trauma.
Say it.
our nervous systems are adapted to like having that rush, that not adrenaline, because okay, as you man who papa play, you can't adrenaline kry, but
Yes.
that feeling you get, maybe we the club now, and people come play, that feeling you got at home is what you're gonna feel there, but you're gonna process it different because you're in a different environment. So you're gonna want to act out, you're gonna want to fight, or you might like retract,
Yes.
depending on the type of person.
Okay.
You understand? That's why I say,
They are different. We're different.
As mensen bukkelen, wat, en jy gooi jouself in daar. Vrou self, hoe kom as jy daar?
That's why.
Wat gaan?
That's why I can
Vir
just.
wie is jy kwaad?
Just like if it comes to violence, something in particular, the way you say apparently so far means that so scala means that.
Yeah.
I would can say as a message, guys. I wanna share some words of wisdom.
Yay!
Hou op. Doe het gaan voor uw broers en uw chomies en kijk alsjeblieft achter uw familie.
So true.
Maar jullie gaan dan over feit goed wat in zijn concern.
Yes.
Ik was die lastige kap, ik heb niet jullie gezien.
Hey!
Maar
We're gonna ask you about that one. We're still gonna ask you about
I was
that
niet aan
one.
over mijn lijf.
Wait.
I've never done no one wrong, man. Van kier. En ik hier zo zie. Hou je op. Hou je. Ik heb daar, kom ik zeggen, daar heb ik gebleven. Ik heb voor 3 maanden niet geslapen. Als ik net hoor, los hem, daar buiten. Als ik net hoor, los hem, laat hem steken. Ik heb daar buiten. Hou op, hou op.
Jy speel controle.
Ik wil bang voor je dronk. Dat is al wat ik zeg. I will not fight for no one.
Nice.
I will pray for you. And I am going to say this. Don't come for me unless I call for you. Because I feel like one of the biggest things growing up in Hizo,
Yes.
Rifle Park Secondary School, if you can't fight, guys, if you can't fight, en hulle kom en dan sê hulle, yo, jy was lekker geslaan gister, ne? Jy is my aangepakt, ons weet ons was nie aangepakt, ons was
One man.
So,
Two of us, two.
that was almost like a disadvantage growing up. You have to, Palestine, man, you know? But I must say we grow from that, and I wish everyone all of the best. Ek beef hier next slide.
Last point, they must
Amen.
All I can say to that is I don't go looking, like Shanae says, I don't go looking for drama.
Yes.
But if you touch me by mistake, you die by correction.
Hey, boy!
Yo!
Yo, wait, no.
Nou, jullie aan aan die volgende vraag.
Wil je liefde?
Van hier bukkelen, Erik en Diepie. Van Erik en koolstof op hom. Wat die gekry nou, dat kak nou. Erik is dakdronk. Hij wil net bukkelen nou.
En dan jump andere mensen in en goed te zijn.
En dit is wat ons like give us conference.
Trap op mijn tekjes.
Ja,
Trap op
silly.
mijn nek.
Dit is give us conference. Ons dink ons kan bukkelen en ons kan vir mense wys dat
Wat moet je wegkomen van hij pakleren?
But it's either you are prey or the predator. Full stop.
So jij zegt een jungle die weet nou.
It's a jungle.
Maar je trast niet in van jullie die plekken nou.
Ja,
Jullie kan mij dit nog. Laat ik die laatste go slow zie je en dan ze klaar. Ik kan
We bring it back, guys. I think let's give a shout out to who we believe in our community is doing what we are trying to do here with our episode 1. We are bringing people together. We're trying to support and show love for the communities. Who do you have as a shout out? Quick sticks.
Special shout out Upbringing Productions. This is the studio where I record most of my music.
Nice, thanks.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Illusion Hair Salon. She was amazing throughout my breast cancer journey. She helped me capture something that I never thought would be possible. So, sending you all of the love.
Yes.
Ninkis, as many would know her.
Here we go. Timbi.
I want to send a shout out to my mom, my dad, my parents,
Boy, shout out to you.
my guardians.
Dankjewel.
But guys, shout out to each and everyone out there. I might not know you specifically, I might know you. I don't want to call names because let me forget
Hey,
man.
I don't
Not
know.
judging you
We've
guys,
got
but
many
shout out to you
episodes.
guys
We can
out
shout
there
anybody.
pushing. Shout out to you guys waking up every morning, hustling. Shout out to you guys that doesn't stop believing and focusing and pushing your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you for your landing.
Yes!
And for the beautiful shots you are at. And just give me thank you for everyone who's out there trying to make a change.
Yeah.
Of course,
We'll
yes.
have a lot more episodes to shout out, so guys,
Don't
come
worry,
with
we'll
your
shout
Ja,
out.
als je dat voor mij kan doen, dan kan ik bij jou.
Als we
Ja.
zijn, verstaan.
Ja.
Dank je.
Guys from Eden Park, I'll name 2 people today. Next week we'll get the rest. We're gonna shout out to Derek from Ghetto Glitz.
Yes.
You sound like you deal with nice things. I don't know specifically, but I'm coming to Eden Park to see. And shout out to Young Barber. Whoever Young Barber is, I hope you're cutting up. And my barber is watching you. You know my barber.
In
Modern
the
cuts. Merlin. Hey, boy, Merlin will make a fade without a fade. Happen through a fade.
Is this behind the face?
Come on, man. Guys, we've covered a lot of things today. Do you think that this is going to be the start of a new and greater colored conversation? conversation? Do you believe that we are about to bring about change that we don't even know that we are ready for?
Yes, I do believe and I do have faith in us.
There you go.
Yes!
I believe there's a lot of, sorry that I don't know here by what to say.
Gooi,
I
pastor.
believe
Engels.
there's
As the Engels.
sorry. That's who say, what is talent in Afrikaans? Talent.
Talent.
I believe there's a lot of great talent here in the room. There's a lot of amazing people here in the room. And I think what has started here and the journey going forward, we're going to have an amazing journey and amazing show. And you guys, stay tuned, man.
Of course, yes. Mr. C?
I'd say the easiest answer to that is watch next week.
Yeah.
Yes. Please stay tuned for next week's episode because we are bringing in the heat again, 100%. It's our first time meeting, so I'm sure we'll get together again. Next time it will obviously be vibes, 110%. I almost said fucking 110%. I still said it. But 110%. I cannot wait.
But now you see, we can't do a proper outro without our last member. But we'll cover everything that we spoke about. We'll make sure that everybody understands. Yes, there are many misconceptions. Yes, people think that we love to drink. Some of us do.
Guys,
Some of us love to smoke ugly. It's
come
our
on, I do smoke so.
Okay.
But okay, we're healing from
The
there.
views of Kelly Lowe does not specifically
It is the
I
not
don't
You got everyone.
of Eric Jansen,
Yeah.
Tim Popo, and
Some of us burning people.
Hello, mama, thank you.
Some of
Thank you
us.
for you.
Black label.
We come into a room, we dominate it with our presence, with our look, with our sound, with everything that we are, as different as all of us sounds, from the Model C to the behind the Bushi. We are who we are, and we are unapologetically so. Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter what you are doing, as long as you are on a journey of fixing what it is wrong with you. If you know that you have a problem, you are halfway there. The solution comes.
There's nothing wrong
Come
with you.
back, come back.
There's nothing wrong with you. You are perfect the way you are.
Yes.
But what is stopping you from achieving where you want to be?
There it is. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, from me, Eric Jansen. I see a hand there in the back. Yes, sir. Sell the clothes. No,
Yeah.
I mean, guys, we don't look beautiful like this
Yeah.
for no reason. We are
That's
bushy.
right.
This is what it says. Away massacre. That's how we walk into a room. That's how we own it. Dimpy is red.
Thank you for
Sorry,
the
sorry for the knuckle, sorry for the knuckle.
Bushi. What's all right with the Bushi, everybody?
Dimpy is there to kill your Millie.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee Lowe is there to tell you this is her uncle's jacket. But she's on that, man.
In the masterpiece,
Meneer
Die
Stevens,
feit
the
is
masterpiece.
as power.
Asnach.
Clem and Faith over there on.
Glen Ferry, guys. You
Guys,
guys
come.
already know this.
Beautiful. Guys, we are colored. More than colored, we are bushy. And every week, it's going to be a different topic. I hope you are ready.
More than Bushi, we are politicos.
Yes, we are the tribal of the races.
No?
Mix masala for mahala.
Yeah,
Hey,
Mr.
we are there. We
Thank you
are
for
there.
tuning in.
Ons is
We're
company.
live next week.
Ons is
100%.
Kallas is like company, né?
From me, Eric Jansen.
Terwijl je lijkt comprende, kom van die drank.
Als je opkomt met die idee om te drinken, dan weet je altijd al.
Jij wil gaan draaien? Oh, Diepie? Ik wil gaan draaien.
Every week.
Every week.
Every week.
Is het waar? Is
Guys.
het waar?
On a wrapping note, this is fantastic. Let's do it again next week.
Yes, thank
We
you.
go.
Let us know in the
Record
comments what
people.
you guys would love to see.
Yes.
Comment, tell us what you want us to talk about. Tell us what is trending at the moment. Congratulate whoever you need to congratulate. We'll talk about these people because we want to make Bushies proud.
Can we just go out like this?
Let's go out
You
like
guys
this.
know?
Salut.
Eric Jansen out. Dimpi Dimbobo. Meneer C.
Okay.
Kaylee Lowe. Shanae Blackway.
And we are out.
We
Goodbye.
are out.
Love
Bushi
you.
Podcast.
Love you, everybody.
Guys, God carry you through the
Yo!
That was
Again, you guys the best outfit of your lives. And you'll go home before I become divorced.
Can we maybe take a picture while we seated?
Yeah, no, we need to.
Oh, you have
pictures
pictures?
and things.
You have pictures where we seated.
Oh,
Jullie
okay.
hebben-
Ja, dat is